Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Starmer and Rayner have got together to pretend to be friends to make a big policy announcement, and that is that before the next election, a law is going to go through allowing 16 and 17-year-olds the right to vote. So they will have the right to vote about, say, driving, even though they can't drive, or the right to vote about whether we can go to war or not, even though they're not eligible to fight in a war, and so forth. They've also got zero life experience. You're going to actually have the position where people will be in school and have the right to vote. I don't think it's right. I, for one, would personally like to see the voting age raised to 21, so that at least you've had some experience of being shat on by socialism before you actually get to vote. That's always a good idea. But of course, Labour want this because they think that the schools will be pumping and brainwashing socialism into young people, and those young people will then come out and vote Labour, before realising that they've destroyed their entire lives forever by voting Labour, and that they'll never get a job, and that they'll be at the bottom of the heap, unemployed, unemployable, and have really shit lives. Well, it's likely to backfire. There's two reasons. One, about half of all 16-year-olds at the moment think that voting at 16 is too young. Secondly, of course, is the fact that most 16 and 17-year-olds no longer support Labour. In fact, they're moving all to reform. That could be a bit of a problem for Starmer and Reeves, of course. Not Reeves, well, yeah, Starmer and Reeves. Starmer and Rayner, I meant to say. But, Reeves as well, undoubtedly. But the biggest problem, and I think it's one that should really be addressed, is that I think if you're going to be changing the voting system in this country, it needs to go to a referendum. And I think in a referendum, those eligible to vote in a referendum, 18 and above, would probably say no. But of course, we don't have a democratic government. We don't have a government that wants to ask the people what they want. It's going to impose this, whether we want a change to our constitutional voting rights or not. A dictatorship. We've got to start educating children from a young age and showing them how evil and bad socialism is, and showing them what happens when you go and vote Labour. Show them a destroyed world. Show them unemployment. Show them poverty and misery. Show them the evils. Show them the child abuse. Show them the murders. Show them the death and the wars. Because the left will always pretend to be the virtuous ones, but deep down, they are the most black-hearted, evil bunch of bastards, the most intolerant, the most hate-filled. Thanks very much. Bye.